like, hello. Oh, shit. Don't kick it.
That was me.
Don't touch the mic. We're going to have
We can MacGyver this.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to know.
They're going to know. Okay, that's our test.
Yeah.
You got to talk. I got to get you know.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
And done. Hello, GUL. Nikki McGregor with the GUL Network and Gathering of Lightworkers, and welcome to another professional member interview or Lightworker Radio. And I have Veronica Moss, and she's going to be on here to share about her business. And we are just excited to be able to have these opportunities for our community to come together and be able to get to know our different GUL providers. So thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me. This is very exciting.
So, Veronica, you have been part of GUL for quite a while, and so we've been able to witness you building your business, really.
Yeah, so when I started, I just wanted to look for like-minded people that didn't think that it was weird that I was talking about manifesting, I was talking about talking to spirit, I was talking about these different things. And so when I found you and hypnotherapy, I thought, when I found you, I was super excited that I could have a community and I could have somebody to talk to about these things. And once I got into it, I was really motivated and inspired by all the beautiful people that are part of GOL. And everything that they were talking about was very inspiring, and it helped me come out of my own shell, out of my own spiritual closet, and come out and say, hey, I can do this too. And you don't think that I'm weird.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and it's speaking the same language too. And GUL really is about giving people a safe place to land and have these conversations about holistic medicine, mind, body, and spirit. And part of that is spirituality and having these conversations. It's not necessarily religious, right? It's
Right.
about spiritual health, which is part of that mental health as well.
Yes, part of the mental, spiritual health as well. And I was looking for that holistic healer that can help me overcome my health challenges. So coming in here, coming with GOL, meeting all the people here, it helped me find my space. It helped me find not only what I was going through, but also how I can heal and help others as well. And it was very welcoming. It was at first very guarded because I wasn't sure, but the more I came, the more I felt understood, the more I understood what was happening with everybody, and come out of my own shell and feel safe. That's what it was. It helped me feel safe.
Yeah, and that's what we want people to do, is be able to be their authentic self. Truly be themselves, embody themselves, just be transparent, be real, and that's really our community. We have such a diverse community, but we're very transparent, we're very authentic, we're also very supportive of each other. So within that diversity and different belief systems, we're also very supportive. So it's a great landing place. But to watch you and witness you as you're building your own business and launching your business and coming into that professional membership, that's really exciting to be part of that and witness that. And as you're building your different packages that you're doing with your hypnosis as clinical and being able to help people. So do you want to explain a little bit more about what you're going to be offering?
Yeah, so with that said, I actually want to explain my background. So my background, I went to school for psychology. I got my degree in psychology. I'm also a certified addiction counselor as well. And when I got into the business, it was very overwhelming for me. I wasn't really understanding what was going on with me. I knew that I wanted to help people. And I come to understand now that I'm an empath. So I was absorbing energy. I was absorbing instead of observing and helping. I mean, I was helping, but I was absorbing a lot of it. And I was too invested in my clients. And it made me feel like I just couldn't handle it. So I went off the path and I started in real estate. I started doing mortgage. which for me it was also very fulfilling because I was helping people with their dreams, their dream home, their new lives, and it was so exciting for them. And so for me, I felt like, oh, this is nice, this is better. So then after that, I got married, I had children, and I decided to be a stay-at-home mom and devote my entire time to being a housewife and a homeschool mom. Coming to Idaho, I had a spiritual awakening, and I realized I am sitting on all this education, all this skill, and I can still help people. And so once I started coming to GOL, once I started listening to people, I was just on a personal journey at that time. But as I kept going, it kept evolving, and I kept hearing that voice inside me. You have more to offer. You can help people. You can do this too. And so I started thinking, okay, well, what is it that I really want to do? So I got into spiritual life coaching, which is amazing. I love it. And it was very spiritual healing for myself. And as I realized, I kept thinking about it. I'm like, what is it that I want to do? I want to go back into hypnotherapy. And a lot of people, whether they realize it or not, are very affected by their childhood. They're very affected by addiction. And addiction doesn't have to be just alcohol or drugs. It could be a lot of things. It could be, eating. It could be sexual. It could be emotional, like.
We talked about being addicted to our story.
Yes. It could be addicted to your story. So you go through something like, for example, I've been abused narcissistically and emotionally, and I thought I healed from it. I thought I got over it. I let it go. That's not healing. Letting go of it just is not healing, because it'll come back. And so I thought, I want to help that person. I want to help me. I want to help me when I was 18. I want to help me when I was 26. And I want to help me when I was 31. Heal from that. Really heal from it. And really discovering the root causes of it. So as I was going through this journey and I was thinking of all this education that I have, how can I combine everything together? And when I really thought about it, I thought, okay, hypnotherapy is, for me, I think it's a lot better than having to rehash the past, talk about the abuse, talk about the trauma, talk about the PTSD that you go through. You go in, you heal at a soul level, and then that's not the end of it. What do you do next?
Yes.
So what do you do next? So that's where the spiritual life coaching comes into place. And a lot of women that I work with are empaths. They identify as empaths. And what I decided to do is do the spiritual life coaching aspect to build out your life, to build out. Everybody has a dream life that they want to reach. Not everybody wants to be a millionaire. Not everybody wants to be a famous singer or an actor. Some people want a normal life of being home, being a wife, being a mother, or they really do want to have that lifestyle where they travel. So it doesn't matter what you want to do.
It's finding your joy.
It's finding your joy. Yes, it's finding your joy
and happiness.
Your joy and happiness and your passion and your purpose. Mm-hmm. Because when you go through this spiritual awakening, you find that you have purpose. You find that there's more to life that you want to do than just go to work and come home and then rinse and repeat. You want to do so much more with your life. So what I started doing is I started getting packages together. So it's the age regression hypnotherapy, and then there's the past life. So a lot of the things that we come into life, we have phobias. Like, for example, if you're afraid to take a cruise on the ocean because maybe you died in a past life on the Titanic.
Very real thing.
Yes. And so you have phobias where you don't even know where it comes from, and it's holding you back. Mm-hmm. So we do the past life regression. Then that's not it. Then you want to build out your future life. So then you go into future progression hypnotherapy. So that is a package that I got going on. I'm a big believer in meditation. So I feel like meditation really saved my life. Like it was my springboard into manifestation. So with meditation, I really went inward and really listened to my own voice. It wasn't a bunch of nonsense that was going on. It was really listening to my own voice and my own connection and personal relationship that I have with Source and with God. And like I said, it's not religious. It's spiritual. It's within you.
It just gets down to your soul essence and
Yes.
what do you want in life?
Yes, and it helps wake you up into what it is that you really want in life. Yes, and so with meditation, I have a couple of packages as well that are downloadable. Once there's no subscription, once you buy it, it's downloaded into your phone or your computer, and it's yours forever. So I have that offering, and then soon I'm going to be launching the Emotional Trauma Recovery Program, and that's going to be an 8-week program, and it's going to be a group program for women who do identify as empaths and who have had that abuse relationship, whether it be romantic or with a parent or with friends. If you have had that narcissistic abuse, that gaslighting that's been going on, you second guess yourself, you second guess your own intuition, you second guess yourself. That's what this is for, because once you break free, like me, for example, I've been divorced twice. And you think, okay, I left the problem. You actually don't leave the problem. You jump right into the next relationship. And you jump into it because it's familiar. And familiar doesn't mean safe. It just means it's familiar.
It's what you're used to.
It's what you're used to. And so we want to get to the root cause of what we call now complex PTSD. And we want to get to the root cause of where did this emotional trauma start? Is it past life? Is it going on right now? How do you avoid it, or not avoid it, but how do you heal from it so that you don't repeat it in this life?
Well, isn't that the point? Our soul's here to have that evolution and transformation.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the sole purpose? Like, what's the purpose to life? Right? Like, what do all human beings want to do? And I think part of it is just we're wanting to find joy and happiness, but there is this part of us that wants to transform, whether it's mastering something or an evolution or getting past something. And I think that's really great that you're doing this package where you're walking with people on their journey, not just looking at validating the past, but let's move on. Let's clinically do this. But looking towards the future, what do you want to create in your life?
Yes.
What do you want to transform into?
Yes.
Rewrite the story.
Yes. You can rewrite your story. You can with hypnosis, actually, you can go back and rewrite the story. Okay, taking the emotion out of it, what did you learn from it? Because you need to learn it in order to really heal from it. If you don't learn, you repeat. And that's what I did. I repeated every relationship in my life until I finally realized, okay, I'm repeating patterns. How do I recognize these patterns? How do I stop these patterns? And how do I next fulfill my purpose in this life? Because I don't want to keep repeating the same lessons. I think I learned that lesson already. I want to now move on to help empower other women.
So powerful and so needed too. Like we've been very disconnected from community, and so people are very much hungry. So I love that you're doing individual packages that meets people where they're at, but you're also doing group work.
Yes.
And so there's something power when you're in that closed container with other like-hearted, like-minded, and also just kind of sharing that common bond together. That's going to be, once you complete it, you guys are getting like the sneak peek information. But once you launch that, that's going to be such a gift for people to be able to experience that, and you holding that space and being able to, from not only your holistic approach, but also your clinical background.
Yes.
And having both of those, that's such a harmony that we bring into GOL, is that level of professionalism. And we have the science behind the quantum and all the energetics with it too. So you're meshing all that together. So I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I put fun around it because fun's gonna be the word kind of in this year, but being able to work through those issues that and traumas and move and come out the other side.
Yes, and I think fun is the right word, because again, there's so much trauma, there's so much sadness, there's so much depression that when you're in it, you feel like you're drowning, and the end you can't see the end. You can't see the light. And when you finally do come out on the other side, you look back on it without any emotion. You look back on it and say, hey, I went through that and I survived and I rock and I can accomplish so much more now that trauma is not holding me back anymore.
Yeah. And it's not taking light on what's happened. absolutely validating everybody where they're at. And every individual has had different traumas. I've had trauma, you've had different stuff. But how do we find the joy again?
Yes.
We have to play, we have to have fun, we have to find the joy and the gratitude in things. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for you to launch this new series. So it's going to be great.
Yes, it took me more than 20 years to circle back to this. So I can look back at my 25, 26-year-old and say, don't worry, you got this. Circle back. It'll take some time, but you're going to circle right back to it.
The journey.
Yes.
The journey. Oh, I love it. Well, do you have any last thoughts or any last words that you would like to share?
If you don't like the way your life is right now, you can always change it. You can change it, you can evolve, you can transform, you can transcend. And it's never too late.
100%. Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Nikki.
If you would like to get a hold of Veronica and connect with her, you can go to theduonetwork.com and see their list of providers on that directory, or you can go to Veronica's website at
myspirituallife.coach.
Perfect. There we go. Thank you very much. Oh, all right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Much love. Bye-bye.